All right, we're back inside of Helldivers, and before we dive into everything, I've got a question for you. Take a look at your screens. Who wants to look like this? That's right. We've got some sick-looking mods that just recently dropped, turning us into ODSDs, or Orbital Drop Shock Divers. We've also got a major order pushing us back over into bug territory, massive amounts of modifications going on with the backend files, signaling something wicked this way comes. We've also got Johan responding on Twitter, the AH crew back at full strength after the break, and a whole lot more. Now, you guys killed it on the last video, and I love seeing that level of support. In case you haven't done so already, take just a few seconds to hit subscribe and to leave a thumbs up, because when you do, that sends a positive signal to YouTube, who loves to see that kind of interaction, and so YouTube starts recommending this video and channel to even more viewers, and you know how the rest goes. Also, don't forget to ring the notifications bell to receive my latest upload alerts. And I'm genuinely excited to be burning the midnight oil for this one, so here we go into the latest from Helldivers. We had to wait quite a while to get this one, but the new major order dropped yesterday, pushing us back over into Bugsville with a 5.5-day major order kicked off with the latest intel from Helldivers HQ. The Xeno-Entomology Center on Turing has detected a sharp increase in Terminid spore outflow from the gloom, cascading throughout all Terminid-occupied worlds and greatly accelerating bug expansion. Multiple outbreaks have already been detected in the Farsight sector. The Helldivers must respond immediately to stem further outbreaks. The Terminid outbreak risk level is currently very high. New outbreaks are far more likely on all Terminid-adjacent worlds. Full Terminid infestation of new worlds could precipitate additional outbreaks, exasperating the situation. Rapid containment is of the highest priority. Citizens in the threatened worlds have been issued evacuation standby orders with off-planet transport on standby for high-priority civilians and their tallest children. Okay, but catastrophic loss relies solely on the swift action of the Helldivers. I know I say it in so many of these videos, but I love the way these dispatches are written. I mean, it's top shelf stuff from Arrowhead, and keep them coming. Okay, so here's the damage with the MO. The Helldivers are tasked with holding Polaris Prime and Fenrir 3, along with defending against 5 attacks from the Terminids. And we can see that as of the time of this recording, we are ahead in the defense of Grand Errant and getting beat rather badly on Furcad Secundus. Now, there are still 2 defense gambit opportunities available on Garharan and Gatria, which are feeding these bug assaults. Now, everything is currently quiet on Fenrir 3, but with how close it is in proximity to the Gloom Cloud, expect that one to come under invasion shortly. Back over to Grand Errant and Furcad Secundus, and I get it. Divers log on after a long week of IRL, and they see the defensive shields, they see the arrows, and everyone runs to where the game is pointing. And, you know, maybe in the future we can get a bit more intel on the maps to help out, because both of those planets require us to place a lot of diver boots on the surface just to hold them, when if we could just have flanked around the bug advances and hit the supply planets, it would have been much easier. Let me know where you stand on the galactic map and major orders in general. Do you log on and go wherever the wind takes you? Do you study the map first and plan out a tactical route, or do you just stick to the major order guidelines? I'm really interested to see what you have to say about this one. Speaking of which, making it easier that is, the team at Arrowhead seems to be assembling back to full strength after the holiday break, and they're putting an all-out blitz and hurting to the Steam backend game files, and just look at how many of these have been fiddled with. In the last 3 days alone, we've seen changes made to Disco Garage, Granola Bar, Release 1 Backup, Metagame Wargames, Nix's, Studio Playtest, A Mixed Bag, Nix Main, Orion, Quasar, and Release 1 Latest Branches, getting the community buzzing about something big that some are speculating will drop next week. I mean, are we looking at the main Illuminate Force dropping in through the Meridia wormhole? How about a new Warbond? Because it's been just about a month since we got the Urban Legends Warbond, and, you know, we could be due for something along those lines. Which do you think it will be? Now, for me personally, I'm leaning towards something to do with the Illuminate, who, ever since the Game Awards, have been a jolt of energy to the player counts, consistently showing PC divers alone hitting into the 100,000 plus area over the weekends, and a respectable 75,000 players even here on a Friday night. Sticking with the Arrowhead topic, and it looks like the main dev force is assembled back at Arrowhead HQ, ready to get back on the Helldivers grind, and they kicked it all off with a party. Okay. From the looks of this one, they seem to be having this one in the studio itself, because I detect a Helldivers yellow and black banner in the background. I mean, overall, it was a hell of a year in 2024, and 2025 is shaping up to be even better. Now, of course, as part of the early news cycle this year, Sony announced that they were already working on a Helldivers movie, and along with all the buzz that created, there was also some concerns about Sony being behind the wheel solo on this one, and Johan fielded a question about this when he was asked. Hey Johan, can you confirm if Arrowhead will be involved with the production of the Helldivers movie to ensure the film stays faithful to the games? To which Johan again replied, hey, I've been dodging this question. The short answer is yes. The long answer is that we'll see. We are not Hollywood people, and we don't know what it takes to make a movie, and therefore we don't and shouldn't have final say. Now, I know this one remains a hot topic within the Helldiver community. I mean, who's going to star in it? Are we talking A-listers or up-and-comers? And will it stay faithful to the Helldivers MO of helmets on full time? Also, is it live action? Is it CGI or is it anime? And by the way, who's directing this thing? But it looks like, at least to me, that Johan's statement says this is squarely on Sony's shoulders, with Arrowhead possibly serving in an advisor role. I honestly don't know. Maybe I'm reading this wrong, but it feels like we're years away from actually seeing something concrete. But naturally, the player base is supportive but protective of the franchise they've come to love, and they want it to shine in the best possible light when it hits the big screen. Okay, enough messing around. Let's talk armor sets, and this sick-looking Dogmatic Reach modded Warbond just hit Nexus Mods 2 days ago. And yes, I finally took the plunge so you could see these things in action. Now, here's a quick disclaimer up front. There's some question of whether or not this violates the game's TOS or terms of service, but Johan has also replied in the past that they love modding. So I'm taking this as, hey, don't cross the line to performance-enhancing mods, and certainly no selling of current armor sets via third-party sites. At least, again, that's my read on it. But I wanted to be able to show you firsthand some of the community creations that are being offered up, and if this is something you want to see more of in the future, drop me a comment and let me know. Yes, more mods, please, Buzz, and I'll see what I can do. Now, as always, I'll leave a link to this one down in the video description, and a massive shout out to J.O.E.L, the mod creator for these mods, where they've taken vanilla Helldivers armors and blended them together with Halo ODSTs. So, you know, it's something familiar, but something completely new. Now, overall, this mod takes 4 current helmets and 3 body armors and converts them over to these new looks, starting off with the Cyclops, which uses the current Infiltrator armor, and the tactical look on this one is strong. There's also the Chimera, which builds on the B01 tactical armor, again, looking good. And my personal favorite, the Hydra set, which builds on the tactical B01 as well. And I'm assuming that these armor skins will use the current passives, so you would either get extra padding or scout if you use them. Also, on top of these 3 armor skins, there's 4 helmets, and these look really good as well. Starting off with the Hydra helmet, which is built on the current Helldivers Groundbreaker helmet. You've also got the Chimera helmet, using the present Marksman helmet. The Cyclops helmet, my personal favorite here, using the current Infiltrator helmet. And finally, for something a bit more OG Halo, there's the plain ODST helmet, which uses the new Killzone Obedient AC2 helmet as its skin to replace. You'll need the custom PC mod launcher as well, but overall, it was pretty easy to set up. And again, I'll leave a link to this entire thing in the video description, and if there's a mod you want to see featured in an upcoming video, just let me know which it is, and I'll see what I can do to make it happen. And finally, I skipped around my last Helldivers video comment section, and I snagged 3 comments that I thought fit nicely with today's topic, starting off with this one from Mouse Hunter, who left a comment on the actors they should be using with the upcoming movie. Here's what they said. they shouldn't have well-known actors for the movie. If they do, they'll have them with their helmets off most of the time, and that just wouldn't be Helldivers. We also saw this one from Scout Silico commenting on the TR-117 Alpha Commander armor. They said the visor color for the 117 armor should have been gold. Would have been a clearer reference, and that reference would have been to Halo. And finally, this one from LynxKnight9239 talking about the galactic map. They said the info shared on the HD2 companion app desperately needs to be on the galactic map in game, and these strategies need to be explained with a brief in-game animation. All right, what a great way to head into the weekend, right? I mean, we touched on the current major order. We talked about Arrowhead blasting away on the game files. And by the way, leave me a comment and let me know what you think is going to come of that one. We also took a look at my first mod showcase. We talked about the movie and more. Remember to hit subscribe and to ring that notifications bell so you never miss one of my latest uploads. All my socials, including links to today's sources, can both be found in the video description. The channel keeps growing, and we are nearly up to 253,000 subscribers. And if you enjoyed the video and content, please consider hitting subscribe, as it really is the zero-cost way of supporting everything I do. Until the next one, this is LtBuzzLitebeer, signing off.